All right, welcome to my online course. This is POLS 2043, Comparative Politics. This is a very dynamic subdiscipline within the field of political science. Comparison is, for some, the first science, which is to say that it's one of the initial ways that human beings begin to systematically study and understand how things work. The idea that one country's economy is strong or that another country's military is weak, these are innately comparative judgments that we're making, and we're trying to figure out what basis we need to use to make those kinds of comparisons. With comparison, we also begin to confront the kinds of methodological challenges that confront the scientific study of human behavior. The complaint that someone is comparing apples to oranges captures the spirit of the challenges that confront us when we try to measure human behavior in any meaningful sense. Comparative politics is a sort of meta-discipline or a subdiscipline within a subdiscipline. Comparativists are largely viewed as part of the broader subdiscipline of international relations. And most students of comparative politics specialize in the comparative study of legislatures, executives, bureaucratic behavior, and so on. For example, how does the presidency function within the United States versus in France or in Russia? There are two broad avenues for the comparative study of politics. First, you can learn the language and spend a considerable amount of time in the country or region for which you want to develop a specialization. That's what we would describe as the country studies approach, and it's a traditional way that comparative politics has been conducted comparative politics study. The other way is to develop expertise in sophisticated quantitative methodologies in order to analyze issues like citizens' voting behavior and see how voters differ from one country to the next. This is a 2,000 level course, so this is more of kind of a toe-dipping exercise, in terms of studying comparative politics. As students, I want you to begin to get a better understanding of how scholars use comparison to pierce the boundaries of culture and country, and better understand how cultures behave politically. And I hope some of you will come away, with a greater sense of curiosity about the political events you see reported in the news that most Americans just take for granted. When a reporter states that Central American countries' governments are universally corrupt, you might ask yourself, is that really true? If so, why is that true? What factors contribute to corruption in governments of Central Africa or anywhere else? More broadly, why do governments become corrupt, and what can be done to stop it? The heartbeat of this course are going to be the weekly forums. Students should think of the forums as week-long virtual classrooms. Get the assigned reading done by Tuesday of each week, and then tell me something about it over the course of the week. What's most interesting? What's most important? What's most difficult for you to understand about your reading for each week? Then you need to engage with your fellow students over the balance of the week. I think that if you take the forums seriously, you'll get a lot more out of the course. I've taught this course several times, both on ground and online, and I think I've figured out how to manage this particular course pretty well, I hope. And I hope that this course sparks your interest in politics, and I hope you'll consider taking some more courses with me over your course of study if you have the opportunity. Let me close with this admonition about online courses in general. You get out of it what you put into it. If you work hard on the course week by week, you'll learn a lot, and you may actually have a lot of fun. But if you don't discipline yourself and create a weekly pattern of participation, you'll probably fall behind and get frustrated and not perform as well as you might otherwise. All right, let's have a great semester, and let's learn a lot.